So today is the setup day for the kelp forest regeneration project. That has been about a year in the planning here on Waiheke Island. So we got a few people together, some marine experts, some marine enthusiasts last year, chatted about what would be possible, made some plans, we got some funding, we're in the process of applying for special permits. But today is the day where we actually get in the water for the first time. We're going out to have a look at near Enclosure Bay and then around the corner in Repo Bay from Palm Beach to look at some sites where we're going to mark out little gardens. I like to think of them as little gardens on the seabed, and we're going to cultivate those over the next 18 months to allow the kelp to regrow. But today is the day that we set those up, do our initial recordings and figure out what's there and get a baseline for how much better things are going to look in 18 months' time. And the biggest problem out here at the moment, or at least the one that we're kind of taking a look at, is called kinna barrens. So it's barren areas of rock where so many kinna have come across, eaten all the seaweed and kelp, which is the basic environment that almost everything else needs to kind of live and thrive in. And after the kinna have been through, all that's left is bare rock behind them, so that's why it's called a kinna barren. So from experience overseas and from chatting to marine ecologists here as well, I guess the root of the problem is that the natural predators of kinna are no longer in the water. So those are big snapper and big crayfish, things that people on the land consider to be delicious, and they are. So unfortunately we overfish them, and that means there's no natural predators left for the kinna. The kinna multiply and they they breed unchecked, and then they march out across the rocky reefs all around the Waiheke Gulf and up and down the coast of New Zealand. Actually, it's not just here, and they demolish all of the kelp that's there, and the knock-on effect is bare rocky kinna barrens with a whole host of like terrible ecological kind of consequences. I wondered about it about 2 years ago and wondered if it was possible, and I started chatting to people, first of all, who knew less about it than me, and they all said I was mad. And then I finally found someone who knew more about it than me, which is Tim Haggett, our marine ecologist. And he said this kind of approach has been done overseas. So I guess I'm the person that initiated it here on the island, and I've just been kind of drawing on other people's experience and other people's expertise to sort of put it all together. Yeah. That's exactly what it is, actually. Like, I've been interested in marine life and the health of the oceans for as long as I can remember, really. I love snorkeling and I love diving, I love sailing, I love being out in the water.
Get into marine science, kids. Get off the iPad.
I guess the more I did that, the more I became aware of just how bad the situation is under the water, where the kind of, the eye can't really see. That's what's going on out there, and in fact you don't have to go far, 20 or 30 metres off any of the beaches that people like swimming on here, Palm Beach, on the kind of rocky reefs at either side, or Enclosure Bay, even at the ends of Onatangi again, along the rocky kind of cliffs. You can see where there is kelp, and you can really see where there isn't as well, where the kinna have gotten in there and where they're busy creating kinna barrens